Hi. Welcome to Sister Weekend. We're so glad you made it.
I forgot to do this part.
We're so glad you made it. I'm Carrie.
I'm Beth. And we are the sisters behind Sister Weekend Yarn Co. And we're coming to you with episode number 5? 5?
4 or 5? Something like that.
Of our podcast where we talk about knitting and yarn and whatever other shenanigans we've been up to. We're coming up on a year of dyeing yarn and having that be more and more of a full-time thing. So that's kind of exciting. But I think we are going to jump right in and show everybody some stuff we've been working on.
Projects we've been working on. Cool.
Who's going to go first?
I will.
Okay.
Since I'm looking at all my stuff.
Well, then I can
all my 2 things.
Then I can drink my coffee. So that's perfect.
Yes. I've been working on, I finally picked up socks that I started a year ago. These are the Spruce Socks by Caitlin Blazing? Something like that.
Those were all the words I would have said.
Cool. Man, I'm so glad I don't have to say people's last names. Because there are some funky ones out there. But I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
There's a sock blocker just there if you'd like to.
Blendy. How convenient. But they have these super cute little spruce trees on the sides. In this beautiful fall colors that I can't remember the brand. the dye or anything.
Is it only on one side?
Yep, it's only on the outside.
Oh.
And then so one's the right sock and one's the left sock.
Oh, cool. Yep. I totally did not notice that as you've been working on them over the past year.
Yes. Beth was kind enough last year to take the time and make a chart for me because there was not a chart for those spruce trees, and it is wordy for that part.
You know, I was just thinking, because I'm going to be talking about this hat later, I don't think this hat had a chart either, and that's why I made these little index cards, because I had to draw a chart. How can people do cables without a chart?
I don't know how anybody can do anything without a chart. How people can read all those words.
I know. Way too many words.
Yeah. And then people are like, how can you read a chart? I'm like, oh, what? It's so much easier.
Like, you don't have to read the chart. You just have to look at the chart.
Yes.
Therein lies the difference.
Yes. So I'm working on the toe. I'm pretty close to getting down there to Kitchener there. I can leave here with a pair of socks because I forgot to pack socks. I had to borrow Beth's so I can actually leave with my own now. And then I've been working on this giant shawl.
Those socks are going to be magical to wear for like the rest of October, November, into the winter.
I'm very much looking forward to it. This, I can't remember what shawl it is, but it's a Stephen West shawl. Surprise, surprise. Man, every time I go on Ravelry with them, I really like that. I look at it, I'm like, I bet it's a Stephen West one. I look like, yep, it sure is. But this is one of his earlier ones. And it's a faded shawl. And it's nice because there's a small version and a large version. And you can use up 3 whole skeins of yarn. So it's a great stash buster. I guess this is the top.
And you do that based on like the weight as you're going? Or what is the trick for using all of your yarn?
It just says go till you run out.
And okay.
Go, okay.
Gotcha. Oh, because you're
fading.
Got it.
Yep, I'm on my 3rd one. Getting down there.
So when you've been weighing that's just for you to know.
Yeah.
How far?
How far.
I thought it was for your instructions.
No, just how far I need to go to have enough to bind off. Because it is going to be big.
Gotcha.
But I wanted a shawl to have hanging out on the couch for when I just want to go whoosh. Yep, and I've been very, very tempted to knit one for Brody because he always has like a blanket wrapped around him. Like, I should just make him a shawl. And he'd say he wouldn't use it, but I bet if I just left it there, he would use it all the time.
You should
so
okay,
tempted.
this is like a million steps beyond what you just said, but you should make him like a big like Gandalf robe.
Yeah.
Or like cape
yeah.
with like a giant hood. And like a really cool like shawl clip. Okay, maybe Brody wouldn't appreciate
that. He wouldn't appreciate, I don't think. But man,
he would totally lurk around the house with his big
hood. Maybe. Yeah, he probably would. He'd probably stand in the dark and just like to freak you out. That's what he would do.
Yeah, he would. Oh. Okay, never mind. I take everything back. I spend too much time at your house for me to want this to happen.
You were scared when you saw a cardboard.
John Wayne. You walk down into a person's basement, you turn it up, you don't expect to see a cowboy pointing a gun at you. But there I was.
Now I gotta explain it. So, okay.
We do?
Do we?
They can't piece it together?
I don't know.
Walked into her basement, cardboard cut out of John Wayne.
Yeah.
That was, I don't know, was it intended to be a joke? And to like scare people?
Oh, because Brody would take it and move it around. That's what he did. So then I probably just got used to it, and I didn't even think about it anymore. I didn't even notice it. Until you said something, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, oh yeah, giant human-sized cardboard cutout.
Yeah. Yeah, that human-sized
cardboard. It's funny the things you get used to in your house, and you're like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh yeah, well, don't mind that.
We're squirreling all over the place, but that's what we do here, so if you don't like it, you should leave. What was I going to say before I told everyone to go?
Talking about human cardboard cutouts, things in your house.
Oh, so our door upstairs in the living room to go out to the deck doesn't have trim around it. I don't remember why. The trim is in the closet. I think we had to take it off to do something with the door, and I don't know. I think we just haven't put it back on.
Yeah.
But it's been probably 2 years, and I don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't see that my door doesn't have. We're gonna put that trim back on one day in 6 years when we think about it again, and it's gonna look so nice. Watch, Carrie will just come over one day and put our trim back on. She's like, you squirrels need to finish your projects around here.
Well, it's easy to it's the same in my place. Like, yeah. There are a few spots, too, where I'm like, oh, we probably have, the trim for that. Just need to nail it back on. Yeah. But, meh.
Finishing touches, as in knitting projects, not my strong suit. It's on to the next. You get the big chunk, the 90 done, and then it's like, next. Who wants to do the last 10% of anything? Okay. I have been spending all of my knitting time working on these hoods do you want to put on a hood?
Sure.
Oh, yay. Okay. I'm going to have you put on... I might have you put on both. Okay. This one first.
First I'm warm now.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah, you're going to be warm after this.
Just looking at it, I'm already warmer than I already am.
Okay. So these are gifts. These ones in particular. So it is a pattern from the Moon and Turtle book by Kiyomi and Sachiko Burgin. And I love this book. It's well worn. I haven't knit a ton from it, but I look through it constantly and have it on my end nightstand all the time. But I knit this hood for one of my kids last year, 2 years ago. And anytime anyone sees one of these hoods, they're like, oh my gosh, will you make me one? And usually I'm like, no. However, so I've made one now for my oldest daughter and my younger daughter. And I've made one for my hubby. And I made one that was supposed to be donated for a fundraiser. Didn't finish it in time. Needed to borrow it for this project, so it's actually that one. These are wedding gifts for a wedding that happened this past weekend. Woo. But anyway, so we live in an area where it's winter most of the time and it's cold most of the time. And the people in my life like to be outside doing the hunting and the fishing and
the nature things.
And even just going out to your car when it's 30 degrees below 0. So these are amazing. So it's a hood, and then on the inside there's a neck warmer. And then this whole piece here is like a casing so that you can put an I-cord through there or drawstring or whatever.
Do that.
And then you can cinch it up. And I decided to put these little, whatever the heck these are called.
I always want to call them toggles. I don't think that's what these ones are, but
that's pretty, that's
close enough.
That's probably the word I was looking for. So then, as I was knitting this next one, I was asking Matt, my husband, because he wears his for hunting and stuff all the time. And I just wondered if like this top was going to stretch out over time and not be, because, you know, that's the whole point, is it's like close and keeping you warm. Like this is definitely a function project. It's not about being cute, even though I think it's pretty cute.
They are pretty cute.
It is about function. So on this next one, I was like, I'm going to just knit the neck warmer a little bit extra long and then stitch it down to make another I-cord casing. So then this one actually has a casing here around the top. And so then I'm going to put another I-cord through, but I'll just have one of the little toggle claspy deal-o-ma-bobbers. And that way you can cinch it if it ever like gets loose, and then it can be like up over like your nose and it would stay there. I don't have the I-cord in it yet or in the outside.
But yeah, because that was already kind of slipping down.
Yep, and that one is already knit extra long.
Oh, sure.
So that I can do that.
Gotcha.
And then on this one,
that's a good idea.
I wasn't really thinking about, I wasn't really thinking through, okay, I'm on that one, I'm going to make it so that the toggle comes from the back. So this one, the hole is like right here. So it's just like that where like everything ties in the front. But I'm thinking if that's like right in your face.
Yeah.
And it's like going to be like right between your eyes.
And if you're wearing, glasses.
Yeah, that might be very annoying and or distracting. So then on that one, I'm going to do it the other way. So that I did it the other way. So that I knit a little, basically a buttonhole. And I have it on the back so that you'll just be able to go like cinch. And then, so it'll be super duper. Oh, is there a ladybug on that thing? Oh, no, it's just orange. We have Asian beetles everywhere. Like, I was getting things ready, and one fell off the, like, phone stand thing, and I'm like, ew, go away. So then there are these two that are for the bride and the groom, and then I'm working on one for their daughter, too. So, I kind of sort of implied that they were done.
I mean, because
nobody knows the difference
close.
And nobody cares. And it was like 90 degrees at the wedding 3 days ago. And so nobody was really thinking about all the wool. But the groom is very jealous of my husband's hood and has been asking and asking and asking.
That's awesome.
And asking. So.
I wish guys, well, at least I feel like the guys in our lives are hard to knit for.
Yes, they're not.
I've asked.
Maybe not hard to knit for, but hard to knit for in the way that we like to knit.
Yes.
Which is like
this.
That's not really their palette.
Yeah, I've made Brody 2 pairs of socks in the 12 years we've been together, and he's worn them a handful of times because they're too warm. Ugh. Give him a hard time about. He'll talk about his feet being cold. I'm like, you know what'll keep them warm? Some hand knit socks.
And my husband just wears his hunting only.
Yeah.
And only in the winter. Like, it has to get pretty cold.
That was the intention for the first pair. And then the second pair, I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I just won't knit them for you. Which is okay, because he's got some big feet. So by the time you're like, oh my God. Like,
right?
How is it still going? How am I still knitting this? I feel like that for my own feet.
True. Yeah, we don't have the smallest feet in the world. We get to knit big socks.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. And then, so that's kind of where, that's really, I can't even remember what I was knitting on before that. I think I've actually been working on, a colorwork sample hat.
Lots of samples you've been working on, I feel
Yes.
like. Yeah.
Mostly because I just we're surrounded by the yarn that we dye, and then I have so many different ideas for what to make with it. And then some of the samples, it's like, well, we may have a sample of something in Follow You to the River, but it might be a sample that Kari made. I want to play with that yarn too. So I have finished a few samples that I don't think you have seen here on the podcast. So this is one of them. This is the Mermaid Avenue Sock by Summer Lee. And this is our Mermaid Daydream sock set on our Audrey Gold Sparkle base. So they're just like the most magical mermaid socks ever. And I love them. And I knit mine pretty short because it was a sample and it didn't really need to be long, and I just kind of wanted to see the stitch pattern. But you could easily make like a full adult size pair of socks, especially if you're doing the contrasting toe and heel color, which come with that sock kit. Sock set, whatever. Then I got it in my little noggin that I needed to knit with Swampier, which is one of our Daisy Jones colorways. And this pattern is the Seafaring Cap by Larkspur Knits, which is Lindsey Fowler. You all know I'm a Lindsey Fowler fangirl. I've given myself that title. Like half of our samples are her designs and not even on purpose. I just love knitting her stuff
What
that
you're
much.
drawn to.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so this I think came out as part of one of her like collaboration deal-a-bobs with Morgan from Chop Knitting Nelly for there was like a seafaring themed box, I think, gift box. And so this pattern was part of it. And this is one of the few times I was like, bought the pattern like the day it was released, knit the hat probably within 5 days of the pattern being released, and I still haven't posted. I don't know that I've posted it anywhere. Which obviously I need to get better about, especially as now a business owner. It's like kind of part of the deal.
Yeah.
But I went real squirrel one day and I needed to do some paper crafting apparently. So I printed off the pattern like really small, and then I made a cute little booklet, and I won't show you the inside because it is this part I can show you. I just wrote down some of my details, and then the symbols, and then on the next page I used the written directions to draw a chart because I cannot.
Yeah.
I honestly sometimes wonder how I got through school. And as you all know, I was an elementary school teacher for 12 years. I'm like, how did I do? Oh, yeah. My brain is not the same as it used to be. That's a faux show. So that is the Seafaring Cap. And this was using our Martha DK base and used not a whole skein, but the better part of a skein. There's I would guess maybe 30 grams left, maybe 20. And it does have a nice brim that folds over, which again, where we live, we knit our hats for function.
Yes. Yep.
So that is another lovely sample. And then we worked with Darn Knit Anyway and did a little trunk show with them not long ago. And I wanted to have some hat kits at that little vending opportunity. So I made this hat, which is, I don't remember. Will you grab over there? There's like the tag that goes with it. The Jelka Hat, maybe? Like the actual like laminated card.
Oh, that one. Gotcha.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. So this is the Jelka Hat by... Oh, shoot. I didn't write it on here. By...
Wow!
Thank you.
Yes.
By Isabell Kraemer. Okay. And so this is a free pattern. And I wanted to pick a I just wanted to be mindful and pick a free pattern to go with this, because by the time you've invested a chunk of money into a kit, sometimes you don't want to go pay $6 or $7 more for a pattern. So this is one that I think Isabell Kraemer released kind of during the deep dark COVID times as just kind of a, you know, a light.
Yeah.
And so it calls for worsted weight. I used our Martha DK held with a strand of a suri silk base that we are going to start using. We haven't named that well, we've kind of named that base, but we haven't named it enough that I can like officially explain yet. But those two together created a worsted weight, and then I held that fluffy suri silk yarn along even with the contrast of the pink. And this was a full 100-gram skein of the green. And this is a new color called Bobby's Green, named after our brother's wife, our sister-in-law Bobby, because this is Bobby's Green. And once I saw it, I was like, well, I can't call it anything else.
Did you ever tell her that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's seen it yet.
Okay.
Because I don't think I had pictures of it and we weren't here. But
you'll have to bring it with this weekend.
I was thinking, well, I have this kind of idea that maybe I should take a skein of DK and a skein of our rusty color or one of our oranges and make like cute little pumpkin DK weight socks, because we're going out there for Pumpkin Fest this weekend. And I was like, I could start these socks this weekend and then I could finish them and then I could give them to Bobby for Christmas. Hopefully she never watches this podcast. I don't know if she does or not. Act surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that was about everything I was going to say. Oh, again, double layer brim. So you knit it really long and then it must have been, was it a provisional cast on maybe? It had to have been. And then knit the brim twice as long, fold it over, knit together here, and then you've got double the squish, double the warmth.
It is very cozy.
And
it's like a good gift knit if someone's got like a bigger head. Mm-hmm. It'll fit them.
And I do believe I made... I think I made the large size. When I've been knitting samples for the shop, I've been trying to always make the biggest size of whatever, and it's been like accessories, you know?
Yeah.
But that way I can say, if you knit the pattern to gauge, this will make the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that is the larger size, which when I knit a hat, I would never typically knit the largest size.
Yeah.
But... oh my gosh, it's so cute on you, Carrie. It's so cute. And it's so soft. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
knitting
very...
with that suri silk.
Yep, yep.
It's a treat. That's for sure.
Just walk around like this all day, don't mind me.
You'll have lots of personal space.
Yeah, right.
People probably leave you alone.
You'd be surprised.
Okay, so those are, I think, the recent samples. This one was like a marathon. I think I knit it in
you did that in a few days.
2 days or so. September's been, I'm thinking because this was the beginning of September that I made it. September was just an absolute whirlwind.
Yeah, it was.
We had a trunk show at Bountiful U in Fargo, North Dakota. And they now carry our yarn, and they have a whole bunch of it. So if you're ever in their area, you should totally go check it out. Then we had our yarn in Stillwater. Yep. And we got to go on... and we didn't really have to do anything with that piece. But we did get to go and do the little riverboat cruise, which was so much fun. And then right after that was Yarn Over.
Yeah.
And then there's been one more weekend since then, and we had like a big family wedding that we had, like, my husband was in it, so then I was, you know, solo parenting for half the week, and then
yeah, it's been busy.
Yeah, September was just like phew.
Yeah. Truly. Like, I forget it's October now. Like, it's the second.
I know. And I've been, do you know that all my little photo boxes, my little brown boxes everywhere, that some of them I've been like writing like summer or spring, and then in the other seasons, so like now it's fall, I'd be doing like all the other seasons where I'm like, oh, as I'm tidying, like this would be cool in the spring thing. And then when that season comes, I open my box and I'm like, oh my god. Like giving myself presents of my own. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. This makes sense.
Yep.
I'm not explaining things well today. I can feel that. But the point being, I have 2 October boxes. And I was like, oh, I get to open my October boxes and see what I stashed in there for myself.
Nice.
And I have absolutely no idea what's in there. So you're popular. Somebody's talking to you.
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to make the noises sound like I got a new phone. I'm trying to make the noises from the old phone onto the new phone. And I'm like, what? Like, ugh.
We love technology. We've been having so much fun with it today.
And I put it on Do Not Disturb, but apparently not everything's under. Because that's what I was trying to prevent.
It's all good. Okay. So we have new yarn to show off. Mm-hmm. And we are going to both try to do the Stephen West mystery knit along this year. So we've got our colors to show you for that. And then I'm not really sure that we have much else at the moment.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Cool if I just start jibber-jabbering about yarn?
Yeah. Go for it.
It's kind of my strong suit, jibber-jabbering about yarn. Okay. So we have the most fabulous and exciting new base that you probably have seen from other dyers as well around the interwebs. This is a neon tweed base. So the little tweed bits, the little neps are like neon yellow, green, pink, and orange. And as soon as we got this yarn, I got this picture in my brain of Halloween socks made out of like, so this is like I was trying to dye black, but it's really a dark, like purple black. Like there is purple in there. And then this is much more of like a really pretty kind of violety, pinky purple. But so my idea is this as the main color of your colorwork Halloween socks. And I'm also going to do this, but I haven't started yet. And then, so they don't at the moment have like mini skeins with the neon bits, but they have the regular tweed in minis. So I was like, well then let's just get the tweed that has the black flecks in it, the black and tan. And get out of here, you don't belong here. One of the fall collection colors is trying to join the Halloween party. So then I was like, well, let's dye the neon colors from the tweed bits here and have the black tweed bits here, and they'll be the cutest Halloween colorwork socks of all time. Won't they? So I've already wound mine up and I'm super excited. And I had to put a little like white one, or this is just an undyed one in here, because if anybody wants to do like little ghosties or like skeletons or something. And so my thought was that these will be in like little colorwork sock sets. So you'll be getting a bright pink mini on, and this is just like the regular tweed, not the neon tweed, but regular. Orange, undyed, this lovely purplish color, a bright kind of, it's not quite neon, but
like a very limey green.
Yeah. And then a
neon yellow.
And then, so there would be one set that's going to be called Trick or Treat. And then the other set will be called Smell My Feet. And we do already have a Trick or Treat set out in the world, but we're not so stuck. I don't know.
Stuck on the names, or this has to
be
They
both
that.
say trick or...
Yeah.
It's Trick or Treat, but at a different house, okay?
Yeah.
It's fine. So, those will be going in the shop very, very soon. And I hope that some of you this month will knit some Halloween colorwork socks with me, because doesn't that just seem like the most fun thing ever?
Yeah. Now I want the weather to cool down to get
I
more
know.
into fall mode.
Well,
It's slowly,
happening.
It's happening.
It's happening,
Yep.
finally.
Yep.
And, we were just, Carrie and I have been talking about how long winter is, and we're like, okay, don't need to rush anything.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got lots of time and lots of yarn.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to run out of yarn anytime soon.
No.
That's never been an issue. So this is our very, bright neon, as you would expect from us, in your face Halloween colors. And then we also have our new Soft Autumn collection, which is not at all like our
No.
bright wild neon, but kind of the softer side. So this is our Soft Autumn collection on our Ruth sock base. So our 75% super wash merino, 20% nylon, 25% nylon. That's how math works. Sock yarn. And we've got this right now, or we'll be dyeing it more too, but we have it on 50-gram skeins of the Ruth sock. We have them in Littlefoot sock sets, which is a 50-gram skein of our Ruth and then 2 20-gram skeins. So a lot of those mix and match colors within these fall colors. Do they all mix and match with it? No, some of them have other colors too, right?
I think some have other colors, yeah.
Okay. So kind of a variety there.
But I think most of them are mixed and matched.
Gotcha.
Like a good chunk of them.
And then we'll have it on our full skeins of DK and DK sock sets. We've been very into the sock sets. And we've got it in cute little mini skein sets as well. And we've got Soft Autumn collection with all the colorway names.
The colorway names are coated in the color that the yarn is.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
So, Bobby's green. The font is green. Yeah. So that was easier than trying to type out all of the words. So the new colors are Bobby's green, which you saw in that lovely hat. This guy is called Rusty. It's, as it sounds, a lovely rust color. This one is called Mystical Fog. Makes me think very Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Like a
one,
purpley gray green tone to it. It's really cool.
Some of the skeins, this dye kind of splits and does its own wacky thing. So some of the skeins have much more saturated blobs. Not blobs. That sounds unintentional.
Bits of color.
But areas, where it's very green or very purple that I think are really pretty. This one is called Straw Bale. And some of the skeins of Straw Bale have little bits of some green throughout them. Kind of just, again, depending what the dye felt like doing on that particular day. And then this is Cold Foam, which is the best neutral ever. I just want to pair it with everything to make color work stuff. Because I feel whatever color it's with, it makes that other color just absolutely shine. So I'm yep, color work this, color work that, color work everything. Color work where this is the main background and then you have all the colors. I mean, just so pretty. And then, I should have had the daisy colors up here because when you put the daisy colors interspersed with our soft autumn colors, it's so pretty. It's just so good. So we've got DK mini sets and sock mini sets of those, of the 5 colors. Is that everything I needed to say about the autumn collection?
I think so.
Yep. We've got some really cute and exciting things coming for starting to you don't have to think about it. But we are starting to plan plan ahead some holiday things and some cute little gifty things, and oh my gosh, it's so much fun. So much fun. Oh, which reminds me, if you still want a fantastically foxy fall box, all the cute things are coming to our houses. And if you like cute, foresty, fall, foxy things, and you don't order one of our boxes,
you're missing out,
You're
man.
missing out. But it's not too late either, because we're going to keep it. We'll keep that listing up for probably fall, for as long as we have the things to make the boxes. But basically, you go check out the listing in our shop for the Fantastically Foxy Fall mystery box. But you fill out a survey. Your survey answers determine which of our cute little extras go in your package. So it's very like personalized to you. And then we send it to you and you open it. And it's going to be so much fun. So it's not too late, even though at one time there was a closing date on it.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. Again, there was, and now it's gone, and I'm saying you can still order. Okay. Ooh, one other new colorway. We haven't shown this one. So this is not a fall colorway. This is probably going to be much more of a winter colorway. Mm-hmm. Especially because it is called Hand-Me-Down Snowsuit. Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
I feel like you should open it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yarn is so completely different when you open it up.
Yeah, it is.
You really don't get the full picture.
No.
Until... I don't even think when, like, people are shopping for yarn, I kind of feel bad. Like, I'm like, we should just let them open. I'm like, they need especially some colorways, like, where
like,
it's real follow you to the river. It's like, you've got it. There might be colors in the middle that you don't even see on the outside.
That has happened. I mean, it's happened to us before.
Oh, absolutely.
You bring it home and you're like, oh, and you're like, cool. You're like, had no idea.
So to just kind of give you a nice little blobby idea, it's just the most like brilliant, fun blue with some pinky purple and some very dark foresty green speckles. And then some much lighter areas too, which is kind of fun. Oh, so good. So we've got that on a handful of bases. It looks so good on Sparkle. Yeah. I mean, we're going to say that about anything we've learned, but so good. So good. So that is Hand-Me-Down Snowsuit. And I know we have it right now on, I think, Sparkle,
DK.
And DK, I think. Or do we not have it on Sparkle right now? I can't remember for sure. It's definitely in some sock sets as a mini skein. Yeah. As the contrast. I know that. Yep.
I don't remember. I think that any Sparkle is in sock sets already.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think, not that we have just floating around. We did inventory yesterday. We should know.
Yeah, we should know. But again, there's so much inventory that...
Well, yeah. You open a box, you're like, oh, hey, look what numbers we have to adjust again.
Yeah. All right, so then we have our Stephen West.
Our yarns picked out for the shawl.
Yes.
So I picked... From our Daisy collection, I picked Follow You to the River and, which is these brown speckly fall goodness. And then I'm the Somebody, this fun deep purple. And which I have another skein of. This is the only one that was pretty right now. The other one's in ball.
This one got some special love and care. And maybe a few swear words.
Yeah.
The other day.
Yep.
That was a sister untangling project.
Yep. So these, this is what I'm going to do. I'm looking forward to, I don't know if we've knit these two together yet. So I'm looking forward to how they look.
No, because the Daisy Jones collection has 6 colors in it, and 4 of them are in your Geo Gradient shawl, and these are the other 2.
Yep.
So, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And the sample hat that I started knitting, it's a colorwork hat, is using Follow You to the River and cold foam because I wanted to show off that Follow You to the River that I had.
Yep.
Oh, so good. I am using these colors. Aren't they glorious? So this is Moon, which you have seen before, and I'm using the Sparkle base, which I don't think I've knit with yet.
Oh, guess not. Yeah. Yep. I was gonna say what you did for your tank top, but you didn't. I did.
Yeah. You did for your tank top,
but you
and
used,
for your no, not your sun shawl.
You did. You made the mermaid sock.
I made the mermaid sock. I've used the sparkle base. I just showed it to you. Were you all also yelling at us? She just showed it. Jeez, doesn't she even remember? No. She doesn't. Just kidding. I know none of you are barking at your screens like that. I hope. Okay. So I've knit with our sparkle. It's totally great. You should totally try it. And then this is a brand new colorway I just dyed. So I'm going to be twinsies with our friend Katie from the Bountiful U in Fargo, the yarn shop there. I dyed up this colorway for her, along with, she gets a really bright orange, and I'm going to do mine with this, with Moon, and I just think it's going to be amazing. Because I'm sure anyone of you who's interested in this shawl probably already knows, it calls for 2 skeins of fingering weight in 2 different colors. So 2 of your first color, 2 of your second color, and they're supposed to be big contrast between the 2. Which hopefully this goes okay with more speckly. I think it will.
I think when he was talking about picking out yarn, he said he could do like a speckly.
Yeah.
Something.
And I was kind of looking at the, he puts out a few kind of preview info pages, and he was talking about like high contrast, low contrast, painterly contrast. I'm like, this is more like painterly contrast. Which makes sense. But I was going to open up one of these too, because it looks so good, and I wanted to show you where the speckles are and how pretty they are. I just feel like our speckle game is getting better and better.
Yeah.
As we learn more and practice more. Look at that. Isn't it so pretty? I can't wait. The first clue comes out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So we totally should have planned it that we were together so that we could cast on together. Maybe we'll just have to have a virtual knitting date. Yeah?
Yeah.
We really do welcome you into our home and into ourselves.
Yeah.
No. Okay, we're gonna have to edit that. Or not and say we did. I think we talked about everything we wanted to talk about.
So.
Awesome. So I've got another newsletter almost ready to go out. And within that newsletter, we're putting out a call for sample knitters. So if that's something that you might be interested in, keep an eye out. And then I'll be highlighting our new colors as well. So if you're interested in looking at any of this later on, and you want to just know when it's all there, sign up for a newsletter, and I'll be sending that out. And then if you're anywhere near Cambridge, Minnesota, later this month on October 19th, we will be at the Minnesota Fiber Festival there. At present, we are scheduled to be outside and have an outdoor booth because I applied late. Oops. Thinking I had already applied.
Well.
But we might still get moved inside, but probably not. I don't know. Anyway, we'll be there, and we'll have some really cool, new, fun, extra things. Should I say what we will have?
Sure.
We've got some baskets, and I don't have any of them down here, but that kind of African baskets. That we are going to have at vending events moving forward. So we've got, they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
You just, you order a certain quantity, but they come and they're all different. And they're all, it's going
to be a problem.
We'll have to do an unboxing sometime.
Yeah.
Because it was ooh.
Yeah.
And my kids were helping us, so that was very cute. So we'll have some other fun new things there, and then some of our Foxy stuff from our Foxy boxes we'll be able to have there, because those boxes will, for those who have ordered, will be out. And we had something custom made that I am so excited about that we should be able to show you pretty soon. No promises on when we'll be back to podcast because life is chaotic and we don't know when we'll be back for sure. But we'll be back.
Yes.
So until then, TTFN.
How can hand-knit socks be too warm? I don't understand.